India receives invitation for G7 summit. PM Modi to attend G7 Summit 2025 to be held in Alberta, Canada. World Bank releases report on poverty situation in India. Rapid decline in extreme poverty in the country, down from 27.1% in 2011 to 5.3% in 2023. Poson Poya festival celebrated in Sri Lanka, a sacred festival marking the arrival of Buddhism in the country, promotes values like non-violence, compassion and unity. United Nations Population Fund releases the State of World Population Report 2025. India becomes the most populous country in the world, country's population to reach 1.46 billion. 9 years of Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan focuses on prenatal care and reducing infant mortality rate, operated by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Recently, the Madhya Pradesh government renamed the Panchmadi Wildlife Sanctuary after Raja Bhabhut Singh. The government has taken this step to honor King Bhabhut Singh of the 19th century. Raja Bhabhut Singh was a prominent king of the Gond tribe, born to a Jagirdar family in Harakot, Raikhedi branch of Panchmadi. His kingdom spanned Jabalpur and the Satpura hills. He led a guerrilla campaign against British in 1857 and was a close ally of the freedom fighter Tatya Tope. Due to his guerrilla warfare tactics, he was called the Shivaji of Narmadachal. The British deployed the Madras infantry to capture him, and he was killed in 1860. His legacy continues to live on the Koraku tribal traditions. The Panchmadi Biosphere Reserve is located in the biogeographical area of the Deccan Peninsula and central India. It extends from west to east in the middle of the Satpura mountain range. The highest peak in the reserve is Dhupgarh, which stands at 1,352 meters above the sea level. The reserve includes 3 main protected areas: Bori Wildlife Sanctuary, Satpura National Park, and Panchmadi Sanctuary. The Panchmadi Plateau is known as the Queen of Satpura. Recently, the Prime Minister of Canada invited Prime Minister Narendra Modi to attend the G7 summit. The G7 summit will be held in Alberta, Canada from June 15 to June 17, 2025. According to the official information, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will first visit Cyprus and later Croatia on his way to Canada. These 2 visits are considered extremely important from both political and business perspective. It is noteworthy that this will be the first visit to Cyprus by an Indian Prime Minister since Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2002 and Indira Gandhi in 1983. India is strengthening its relations with Cyprus and Greece. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Athens in 2023, becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Greece in 40 years. Both Cyprus and Greece have supported India on issues like terrorism and Kashmir. According to the Ministry of External Affairs, Cyprus has supported India on several important issues, including India's election to the UNSC, the India-US nuclear deal, NSG membership, and the 1998 nuclear tests. For your information, G7, or Group of 7, is an informal forum that brings together Italy, Canada, France, Germany, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States. It was established in response to the 1973 energy crisis as a platform for economic and financial cooperation. Representatives from the European Union are also included in this group. India participates in the G7 summits but is not a member. Recently, Sri Lanka celebrated the sacred Poson Poya festival. This festival is celebrated in honor of the arrival of Buddhism in Sri Lanka over 2000 years ago. Poson Poya is an annual Buddhist festival that takes place on the full moon of June. It marks the introduction of Buddhism to Sri Lanka by Arahant Mahinda, the son of Indian Emperor Ashoka, in the 3rd century BCE. He preached to the king Devanam Piyatissa at Mihintale after which significant religious, cultural and social changes took place in Sri Lanka. This festival is celebrated with great enthusiasm across Sri Lanka, with the main ceremonies held at Mihintale and Anuradhapura, where thousands of pilgrims gather. The celebrations include community activities such as Dansal, lantern displays and religious events. The festival promotes values like non-violence, compassion and unity. For your information, Buddhism is one of the major religions in the world, founded by Siddhartha Gautam in the 6th century BCE in India. It emphasizes the path of liberation through moral living, meditation and wisdom. Its teachings include the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which guide individuals on how to overcome suffering. The gig workforce in India is expected to grow to 62 million according to a study conducted by the V.V. Giri National Labour Institute under the Ministry of Labour. This study used the estimates from Niti Aayog's 2022 report on gig workers. It shows that this sector will play a major role in job creation in the Indian economy. Currently, the contribution of gig work to all newly created jobs in India is 56%. Additionally, women's participation in the gig economy has increased from 18% to 36%. The gig economy is generally platform-based. Gig workers use online apps or digital platforms to find and do work such as ride-hailing, food delivery, e-commerce, etc. The gig economy can provide more flexibility, autonomy, income opportunities, skill development, and inclusion. Affordable internet and devices play a crucial role in enabling employment for gig workers. It is noteworthy that there is also an increase of regional diversification in the gig economy. It is also important to note that there are laws for gig workers in India. For example, under the Code of Wages 2019, all organized and unorganized sectors, including gig workers, must be provided with a universal minimum wage. Recently, the Axiom 4 mission launch was delayed due to technical issue in the SpaceX rocket. This historic mission includes astronauts from the USA, India, Poland, and Hungary. This mission will take these astronauts to the International Space Station for a 14-day scientific mission in low Earth orbit. During this journey, the astronauts will conduct microgravity research, demonstrate technologies, and hold outreach programs. It is noteworthy that the Axiom 4 mission will enhance the partnership between NASA, ISRO, and other international space agencies. The astronauts selected for Axiom 4 mission include Shubhanshu Shukla from India, Slavoj Uznaski from Poland, Tibor Kapu from Hungary, and Peggy Whitson from the USA. Peggy Whitson plays the role of the mission commander. After Rakesh Sharma in 1984, Shubhanshu Shukla will become the second astronaut from India to travel to space. It is also worth mentioning that Shubhanshu Shukla has been selected for ISRO's Gaganyaan mission. The Gaganyaan mission is India's first human spaceflight program. It will send 3 Indian astronauts into space about 400 kilometers above Earth's surface for 3 days. The program will include 3 Indian astronauts, one of whom will be a woman. Recently, a new species of parasitic wasp has been discovered in Chandigarh. The species has been named Losgna occidentalis. This genus has not been observed in India for almost 6 decades. The discovery of this species is described in a recent study published in the scientific journal Zootaxa. This specimen is a parasitic wasp belonging to the Ichneumonidae family, known for laying its egg inside or on the arthropod hosts. Since 1965, no records, samples, or published literature related to the Losgna genus existed in any Indian institution. The only existing specimen of the Losgna genus are preserved at the National History Museum in London, the Hope Collection at Oxford University, and the Zoologische Staatssammlung München in Munich. Parasitic wasps use different insects to complete their life cycle. Like butterflies, their life cycle consists of 4 stages. They need a host insect to lay their eggs, which hatch inside the host insect. The larvae feed on the host's body and eventually become pupae, which sometimes appear outside the host. Adult wasps emerge and fly away, and the host insect dies. The World Bank recently released a new report on the poverty situation in India. According to this report, extreme poverty in India has decreased rapidly. The proportion of people in extreme poverty in India fell from 27.1% in 2011 to 5.3% in 2022-23. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, West Bengal, and Madhya Pradesh played a significant role in this change. In 2011-12, 65% of the country's extremely poor lived in these 5 states, but these states contributed to 2/3 of the reduction in poverty. Poverty has decreased rapidly in both rural and urban areas. In rural India, the extreme poverty rate dropped from 18.4% to 2.8%, and in urban areas, it decreased from 10.7% to only 1.1%. India has also made significant progress in the area of multidimensional poverty. In 2005-06, 53.8% of country's population lived in multidimensional poverty, which fell to 15.5% in 2022-23. It is important to note that the poverty line is the economic threshold below which an individual cannot meet their minimum basic needs such as food, shelter, health services, and education. The aim is to identify those living in poverty and assess the severity of their economic condition. The World Bank has set the new poverty line based on the 2021 purchasing power parity, which considers $3 per person per day as the new poverty line. This means that those with a daily income below $3 are considered to be in extreme poverty. Recently, the center has revised the procedure for National Automated Fingerprint Identification System for the Foreigner Identification Portal. The center has also directed states and union territories to use fingerprint scanners available in districts for the Immigration Visa Foreigners Registration Tracking System. It is noteworthy that NAFIS is a nationwide searchable database of fingerprints related to crimes and criminals. Its purpose is to collect fingerprint data of all criminals from states and union territories. It will enable law enforcement agencies to upload, detect, and retrieve information from the database in real time 24/7. The management of this system is done by the Central Fingerprint Bureau and the National Crime Records Bureau located in New Delhi. It is important to mention that NAFIS assigns a unique 10-digit national fingerprint number to each criminal based on their biometrics. This unique ID will be used for the criminal's lifetime. Criminals recorded under different FIRs will be recorded as related events and with the same national fingerprint number. The first 2 digits of the identification number will be the state code where the criminal is registered, followed by the sequence number. Additionally, digital records will also be added for future fingerprint matching as storage. Recently, the United Nations Population Fund released the State of World Population Report 2025 titled The Real Fertility Crisis. According to the report, India's population is estimated to reach 1.46 billion, making it the most populous country in the world. The report indicates that India's total fertility rate has declined to 1.9 children per woman, which is below the replacement level of 2.1. However, some states in the country such as Bihar, Meghalaya, and Uttar Pradesh still have higher rates. Additionally, 1 in 3 adults in India faces unintended pregnancies, and 30% of people are unable to fulfill their desire to have more or fewer children. For your information, replacement level fertility refers to the number of children a woman needs to have on average to maintain the population level, which is 2 children. This means that if a woman has 2 children, these 2 children will replace her and the population will remain stable. The replacement rate is 2.1 children per woman, where 1 child replaces the parents and the other compensates for the death rate. If a country's fertility rate falls below this level, its population will start to decline rather than grow. It is worth noting that UNFPA is an international organization established by the United Nations in 1969. It works globally on issues related to population, reproductive health, family planning, and women's rights and equality. Recently, Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan has completed 9 impressive years. This program was started in India in June 2016. This program plays an important role in providing antenatal care and reducing maternal and neonatal mortality rates. It is operated by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The program focuses on early detection and management of high-risk pregnancies to ensure safe outcomes for both mother and child. Under this scheme, high-risk pregnancies are continuously monitored and tracked through digital means. This program provides free, assured, and quality antenatal care to pregnant women on the 9th of every month. It gives special emphasis on the health care of pregnant women during the 2nd and 3rd trimesters. One of the most significant results of this program has been its contribution to reducing India's maternal mortality rate. It is noteworthy that the maternal mortality rate decreased from 130 per 1 lakh live births in 2014 to 80 in 2023, showing a decline of 50 points. Since its inception, over 6.19 crore pregnant women have been screened under this scheme, many of whom are from rural and underserved areas. Let's take a look at 5 questions related to the news. Let's take a quick glance at some small but important news. Question 1. Consider the following statements with reference to the G7 Summit 2025. 1. It will be held in Alberta, Canada. 2. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will preside over the summit. 3. India is a member of the G7 group. How many of the above statements is or are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Question 2. Consider the following statements with reference to the Poson Poya festival. 1. This festival symbolizes the arrival of Buddhism in Sri Lanka 2000 years ago. 2. It is celebrated every year on the full moon of June. 3. The main ceremonies of this festival are held at Mithintale and Anuradhapura. 3. The main ceremonies of this festival are held at Mihintale and Anuradhapura. How many of the above statements is or are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. Question 3. Consider the following statements with reference to Losgna occidentalis. 1. It is the name of a new species of parasitic wasp. 2. It belongs to the Ichneumonidae family. 3. It requires a host insect to lay its eggs. How many of the above statements is or are incorrect? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Question 4. Consider the following statements with reference to the Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan. 1. It was launched in June 2016. 2. It works to provide prenatal care and reduce maternal and neonatal mortality rates. 3. The nodal ministry for this campaign is the Ministry of Rural Development. How many of the above statements is or are incorrect? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Question 5. Consider the following statements with reference to the State of World Population Report 2025. 1. It was released by the World Bank. 2. Its title is The Real Fertility Crisis. 3. According to this report, India's total fertility rate has declined. How many of the above statements is or are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Provide your answers in the comment section. Recently, the Government of India appointed T. Rabi Shankar, Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank of India, as a part-time member to the 16th Finance Commission. It is noteworthy that this appointment was made after the resignation of the Commission's full-time member Ajay Narayan Jha due to personal reasons. T. Rabi Shankar's appointment will remain effective until October 31, 2025, when the Commission submits its report. The 16th Finance Commission was constituted on December 31, 2023 and is chaired by Dr. Arvind Pangadia. This commission will present its recommendations for the 5-year period starting from April 1, 2026 by October 31, 2025. Recently, a team of the Indian Army reached Mongolia to participate in a joint military exercise, Khan Quest 2025. This exercise will be held from June 14 to 28, 2025 at Mongolia's Five Hills Training Area. A battalion of the Arunachal Scouts of the Indian Army is participating in this exercise. The aim of this exercise is to enhance interoperability between armies participating in peace operations and strengthen joint operational capabilities. Armies from 16 countries trained for United Nations peace operations will take part in it. Recently, the navies of India and United Kingdom held a joint maritime exercise, PASEX 2025, in the North Arabian Sea. The Indian Navy's warship INS Tabar joined UK's Carrier Strike Group for this exercise. The aim of this exercise was to enhance interoperability between the Indian and Royal Navies and strengthen maritime security. The focus was on joint operations, drills, and tactical coordination. This exercise will strengthen India's defense diplomacy in the Indo-Pacific region and advance the India-UK 2020 roadmap goals. Recently, the Monaco Maritime Conference was held on the occasion of the World Ocean Day. World Ocean Day is celebrated every year on June 8. The theme for World Ocean Day 2025 is Wonder, Sustaining What Sustains Us. Dr. Jitendra Singh, India's Minister of Earth Sciences, represented India at this event. Dr. Singh highlighted India's commitment to the blue economy, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed twice on Independence Day. He described maritime spatial planning as a science-based framework for the proper utilization of marine resources, protecting biodiversity, and ensuring coastal livelihoods. Recently, Lieutenant Commander Yashasvi Solanki became the first woman officer to be appointed as President's Aide-de-Camp. The position of the President's ADC is highly prestigious and responsible. The ADCs are the closest to military aides to the President and are present at all presidential ceremonies and events. They also assist the President, who is the Supreme Commander of the 3 armed forces. Typically, the President has 5 ADCs, 3 from the Army and 1 each from Navy and Air Force. Recently, the World Day Against Child Labour 2025 was observed. This day is celebrated annually on June 12. This year's theme is Progress is Clear, but there's more to do. Let's speed up our efforts. This theme emphasizes the need to accelerate global efforts to fulfill international commitments. The day was initiated to address the growing global demand to eliminate child labor. It is worth noting that the International Labour Organization first observed World Day Against Child Labour on June 12, 2002 at its headquarters in Geneva. Recently, the Prime Minister paid tribute to Bhagwan Birsa Munda on his Martyrs' Day. Bhagwan Birsa Munda was a great freedom fighter who dedicated his life to protecting the rights of tribals. He was born on November 15, 1875 in Jharkhand and belonged to the Munda tribe. He is also known as Dharti Abba, or the father of the earth. He initiated the Munda rebellion against British rule and their anti-people policies, which is also known as the Ulgulan, or the Great Rebellion. Recently, a rare species of the Eurasian otter was spotted in South Kashmir. The Eurasian otter is a semi-aquatic mammal found in Eurasia and the Maghreb region of Africa. It is typically seen across 3 continents: Europe, Asia, and Africa. In India, it can be found in the northern, northeastern, and southern parts of the country. The species has a slim and flexible body, smooth brown fur, a thick tail, short legs, making it adapted to an aquatic lifestyle. It is classified as near threatened under the IUCN.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.